Sony has just announced yet another brand new camera. All that coming up right after this. That's right, folks. Sony has announced yet another flipping camera that is not the a6000 replacement, but nonetheless, it is a very impressive camera. And I think that you guys might even actually be interested in this one because damn. So without further ado, let's take a look at the all-new Sony RX1r II. Alright, so first things first, let's talk about this sensor. It is going to be a full frame sensor. Now, the glass on this thing is going to be an aperture of 2.0 non-removable lens. Just think Leica. It's going to be a lot like Leica, but it does have a hot shoe, unlike the RX100 Mark IV. But like the RX100 Mark IV, it's going to have a pop-up viewfinder. Unfortunately, the screen, while it looks super duper nice, it's only a tilty screen and not a fully articulated screen. But before we actually dive into all the specifics, this is the first thing I want to talk about is this brand new optical variable low pass filter that apparently can be turned both on or off. And when it's off, and when it's on, you can have it on partial mode or you can have it on full mode. I know this sounds a little bit weird, but for those of you that don't know what a low pass filter is or what one does, a low pass filter is generally used to help remove artifacting and moire from your photographs so that you don't get those weird pattern artifacts when you're shooting with your camera. Certain shirts and certain patterns give this weird look shooting through a fence or a brick wall, maybe even a rooftop, but this is supposed to completely and totally get rid of that. But the fact that this one can either be turned on or off is a huge advancement in camera tech. Generally, if you buy a camera that has a low pass filter, you're just stuck with it always on. Or if you buy a camera that doesn't have a low pass filter, you're stuck with one that's always off. But this one changes all of that. So now let's start off with the glass. We're looking at a Carl Zeiss f2.0 35mm lens. It is non-removable. This thing will constantly stay on the camera. To some that might be a good thing, to others that might be a bad thing. It kind of depends on what you're actually looking for in a camera. But another thing to keep in mind is this particular lens is also going to have a macro mode built directly into the lens. Next up, what it does have in common with its little brother, the RX100 Mark IV, is going to be that gorgeous optical viewfinder that pops up from the body, and it has an optional eye cup so that you can block out the sun from the frame and you can actually see what's going on inside. Now here's where it gets interesting. This particular camera is going to be borrowing the exact same sensor that can be found in the Sony A7R Mark II. Now that sensor, as everyone knows, has that brand new backside illumination technology built in, so you're talking increased performance in low light, high ISO situations. That also means that this particular sensor is in fact going to be the full 42 megapixels, just like the A7R Mark II. So effectively what we're looking at here is a full frame sensor f2.0 35mm lens with 42 effective megapixels. You're going to have uncompressed RAW, an expanded ISO range of 100 to 25,600, a burst speed of 5 frames per second, and a whopping price tag of $3,300. So there you have it, and there you go, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share this video around the interwebs, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with all the new videos that I release right here on the Photo Video Show. So at any rate, I'm Mark Puckett, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Peace.